Anambra, and now it's time for the sports segment, and we have our sports analyst already in the studio. A whole lot happened over the weekend, talking about football matches, and even our Anthony Joshua, being around the papers, making waves with the president and the rest of it all. Well, Ike, what do you have for us on the sporting world this lovely Monday morning?
Yeah, a whole lot are in the world of sports. Of course, the pictures are already showing on your screen. We'll look at what's happening in the grassroots football. We'll talk about that grassroots sports. We'll go to Ifitedunu, check out what's happened there. We'll probably talk about the grassroots football in Umonachi. We'll go to Akwes, the Enugu, and a whole lot of places. We'll also tell you about the Solution FC of Anambra State. And of course, I'll talk about Umar Sadiq signing for Valencia and athletes and result service. Okay, my name is Ike Nwokedi. Thank you very much for joining us for our Monday edition of Sports Splash on ABS TV. Of course, let's begin with our first story. You saw the picture. Our first story will start from Ifitedunu. Ifitedunu is a domicile in Dunukofia local government area of Anambra State. Well, let's tell you that Omo Anugo village has emerged as the champions of the 2025 edition of the Ifitedunu Unity Cup competition. Omo Anugo saw off OBS by 3-0 in all goals, with all goals scored in the second half of the match through Ifeanyi Anibe, Ifesinachi Amechina, and Martin Sokafo in the 53rd, 66th rather, and the 82nd minute, respectively, in an entertaining grand finale played at the Semerisa High School field, Ifitedunu, and that was on Thursday, the 2nd of January 2025. The Ifitedunu Unity Cup, which is the memory of Prince Engineer Godwin and Princess Lady Cecilia Obinabo, is sponsored by their children with 5 villages of Ifitedunu community, comprising of OBS, Ubomili, Akwa, Omo Anugo, and Iboala villages are featuring in the Soccer Mundial, which kicked off on Sunday, the 22nd of December 2024. For emerging as champions, Omo Anugo took the star prize of 1 million naira, while OBS settled for the sum of 700,000 naira. Ubomili, who defeated Akwa by 2-1 in the third and fourth place, went home with the sum of 500,000 naira, as Akwa got 300,000 naira. In the individual awards, Chidera Nwoye of OBS village scoped the award as the most valuable player of the competition, while Machie Onyeka of OBS the village was awarded the best goalkeeper, and of course AGK Chinemelo of Omo Anugo village was the highest goal scorer in that one. And of course, in his remarks during the closing ceremony, the President General of Ifitedunu community, talking about Comrade Stephen Ofaro, eulogized the sponsors for providing a platform for the teaming youths of the community to discover and showcase their sporting prowess through the instrumentality of football. High points of the closing ceremony was the decoration of the winning teams with medals and their prize monies in the course of that one. So that's it for Ifitedunu Unity Cup. Let's move on to second story, which is still on grassroots sports. I'll go to a town close to Ifitedunu. It is called Omonachi. Let's tell you that Ubuke village will square up against Ozu village in the grand finale of the Ebube Chuzo Unity Cup holding in Omonachi community, Dunukofia LGA of Anambra State. Mbuke saw off Nabana village at 9-8 on penalties. Yes, it was 9-8 on penalties after a pulsating encounter that ended 2-2 at the end of regulation time, while Ozu village also booked their place in the final, seeing off a defending champion Umueze by 4-1 after the game ended in a scoreless affair at the end of a regulation time in that match. And it may interest you to know that Ebube Chukwuzo Unity Cup will have a new champion this Monday, the 6th of January 2025, when both sides are faced off in the final, scheduled to hold by 3 p.m. at Igwebike Migrant Field, Mbuke in Omonachi. The Ebube Chukwuzo Unity Cup, which is being sponsored by High Chief Madabuchi Ebo. Ebube Chukwuzo has 5 villages of Omonachi community, comprising of Umueze, Ozu, Mbuke, and Nabana villages are featuring in the soccer fiesta, which kicked off on Thursday, the 26th of December 2024. The winner of the Ebube Chukwuzo Unity Cup will take home the sum of 500,000 naira, while the second and third place teams will smile home with a sum of 300,000 naira and 200,000 naira respectively, with the competition accommodating individual awards such as the highest goal scorer expected to take home the sum of 20,000 naira. According to the competition's benefactor, High Chief Ebo, the competition is a platform made available for the teeming youth of Umonachi community to discover and showcase their sporting prowess through the instrumentality of football. High Chief Ebo emphasized that the football competition should define the bonding existing in the community and provide a platform for youth of the community to be engaged meaningfully during the festive period. The community chieftain Hitato advised that the team to imbibe the spirit of sportsmanship and ensure discipline is almost during the course of the competition. And of course, I will be watching out for the finals of that one. Let's move on to our third story, still on grassroots football from one community to another. This time, let's go to Anocha LGA. We will have one of the towns there is Akweze. Let's tell you that Mbua village on Thursday, the 2nd of January 2025, emerged as champions of the Amalukwe football tournament. Akweze community domiciled in Anocha local government area of Anambra State in a keenly contested and entertaining grand finale played at the Akweze football ground. Umuideke forced the game into penalties after Ifani Opala restored parity in injury time to take the match to sudden death as a sort in the 62nd minutes of the frenetic final contest. Mua went on to emerge as champions, beating Umideke 11-10 on penalties to claim the top prize of 500,000 naira, while Umideke settled for the second prize of 300,000 naira as Urol Village defeated Umumoto 2-1 in the top place. The playoffs went home with a sum of 200,000 naira. The Akweze Unity competition was by Zemado Aboroch Benjamin Onyeka Amalukwe, fondly known as Gentle Professor, with 6 villages of Akweze community comprising of Uruonyele, Mbua, Umuezani, and Umuideke and Urol villages, featuring in the Soccer Mundial held from Wednesday the 25th of December 2024 to Thursday the 2nd of January 2025. According to the sponsor, Nze Amalukwe, he stated that the competition was an avenue for the teeming youth of Akweze community to discover and showcase the sporting prowess through football. Nze Amalukwe averred that the football championship unified the villages in Akweze and provided a platform for the youth of the community to be engaged meaningfully during the festive period. High point of the closing ceremony was a ceremony performed by sponsor Nze Amalukwe in company of the President General of the Community, Chief Osita Udemba, as well as decoration of the successful teams with medals and cash prizes. So that was how it went down in Akweze, with Mbua village winning that competition, being controlled by Nze Amalukwe. Let's move away from that. Let's go to Njikoka LGA. For our fourth story, Njikoka LGA will have a town in Enugu there. Let's tell you that there were 8 branches that in the edition of the Benefit Memorial Football Tournament in Enugu, and Soko branch, it may interest you to know, has emerged as the champions of the maiden edition of the Benefit Memorial Football Tournament for the 2024-2025 year. A solitary effort in form of a power driver from goalkeeper in the 16th minute of the game was enough to give his side the win against American branch in the grand finale of the competition played on Friday, the 3rd of January 2025 at the St. Teresa's Catholic Church playground out there in Enugu. And of course, it may interest you to know that that match, that match at the finals, before that time, 8 teams competition. It was an 18 competition. I saw the winner, Sokoto branch, smiling home with the start price of 1 million naira, while America branch, who finished as second, settled for the sum of 500,000 naira, with the third place team, Abuja branch, who defeated the home branch by 4-1 in the third and fourth place, and playoffs are taking the sum of 300,000 naira, as the home branch has settled for the sum of 700,000 naira, 70,000 naira. And then, of course, while the remaining four teams each got 50,000 naira as consolation. So the winner went home with 1 million naira. That's talking about Sokoto branch, and of course, America branch went home with the sum of 500,000 naira. And of course, Abuja branch, who saw off the home branch, of course, went home with 300,000 naira. And of course, the fourth place team, home branch, got 70,000 naira consolation. And the other teams, the other four teams, of course, got 50,000 naira as consolation prize. And the competition, which is bankrolled by Michael Chidebere Akolibo, is in memory of his parents. The competition factor informed that the essence of the tournament is to strengthen the bonding existing in the community and provide a platform for the youth of the community to be engaged in sports through football during the festive period. Mr. Akanoli stressed that the competition also offers an opportunity to showcase the sporting talents in the youth of the community and beyond, as the players have what it takes to play at the highest level of the game and attain the peak of their careers if they are dedicated, disciplined, and committed. He further disclosed that the competition has come to stay and will be an annual program in the community. He stated high points of the closing ceremony was a ceremonial kick-off performed by the sponsor before the match prop, as well as the decoration of the winning team with the gold medals and the presentation of the cash prizes to the three top teams. And according to the sponsor, Mr. Kanulibo, he said he's sponsoring the competition because of the love he has for sports, and is also in memory of his parents. Through this tournament, we can see that the youth of Enugu and beyond are endowed with immense sporting skills that can take them to the highest level of the game of football and enhance their personalities career-wise. We intend that this competition will be an annual program in the community that will touch the lives of not just a youth, but the community at large, as a football is a unifier. I assure you that this competition has come to stay and will be an annual event in the sporting program of Enugu. Talking about Akanlibo, the sponsor, stated, of course, during the closing ceremony, while talking to sports journalists in the final, during the finals of that competition. So it's about Benevin Memorial Tournament, and that one has ended in Enugu with a Sokoto branch emerging as the champions. Let's move away from that. Let's go to Omonachi and talk about All Stars. Yes, All Stars football these days is gradually gaining ground. And of course, All Stars is usually meant for players that are 40 years and above, players that played at the professional level, at the local level, and all that. Well, let's tell you that Team Loku on Friday, the 3rd of January 2025, defeated Team Selense by 5-2 in the 5th edition of the annual Omonachi All Stars Novelty Football Match, bankrolled by Honorable Engineer Okonkwo, proprietor of the Football Club. And the annual Omonachi All Stars Novelty Football Match is an initiative of the former TC chairman of Dunukofia LG and current MD and CEO of Anambra State Road Traffic Management Agency, ATMA, Honorable Engineer Emeka Okonkwo, Conti Complete, geared towards honoring ex-professional footballers and sports personalities in Omonachi Town. And this year's edition was coordinated by Honorable Emeka Odiono and Mr. Michael Onwoba. In the match played at the community primary school field, Omonachi, goals from Obinna Okabwe, Emeka Ibeobuna, Chudi Okoye, Madwabuchi, Udemezue, and Chidebere Okeke scored in the 22nd and 35th, 73rd, 81st, and 90th minutes, respectively, ensured Team Loku, captained by Luke Ezobi, got the better of Team Selense, captained by Ikechukwu Orebuna, who produced 2 goals, courtesy of Tochukwu Onwoba and Izuchukwu Okeke in the 75th and 83rd minutes, respectively. And speaking to the media after the match, Engineer Okonkwo stated that the aim of the novelty match is to gather old Omonachi professionals that played football across the world to come together during the festive periods, showcase their skills, reflect on their past days, and have fun, he said. Engineer Okonkwo informed that the Omonachi All-Stars novelty match has come to stay and will grow bigger as the years goes by. Highlights of the novelty match was a presentation of Pioneer Awards to Luke Ezobi and Ikechukwu Orebunam, as well as a Merit Award to former Super Falcons goalkeeper Uju Okeke for their outstanding contribution to the growth of sports in Omonachi and the country at large. So that was how that one went down as Team Loco saw off Team Selense in the Omonachi All-Stars match, bankrolled by Honorable Engineer Emeka Okonkwo, fondly known as Conti Complete, who is the MD and CEO of Atma, bankrolling that Omonachi All-Stars match out there in that community. Let's move away from that one. Let's come back. Let's talk about professional football right now. Well, let's talk about Anambra Club, Solution Football Club of Anambra State. Let's tell you that 2 goals from the boots of Good Luck Obodi and a substitute Emeka Oyeke gave a Solution AFC the maximum points in one of the match day 4 fixtures of the Nigeria National League, the NNL 2024-2025 season. The Anambra Club needed a swift response after the poor outing in their last game against Sporting Lagos on match day 2, and they responded with a decent display at the Oka City Stadium. Chances were few and far between in the first period as both sides tried to assert their presence in the game, but both ends lacked at the cutting edge to break the deadlock in a pulsating contest in that match. In the second period, Solution FC came out smoking, piling the pressure on the Elephant Boys from Lagos, and defender Hassan Olubide made an off-the-line clearance 3 minutes after the restart to deny Good Luck Obodi's goal-bound effort from a good team link-up play. Obodi eventually scored from the spot in the 53rd minute to give Solution FC a deserved lead after the center referee awarded a spot kick to the home side for defender Botohi by intentional handling of the ball inside the box in the goal mouth melee. Substitute Emeka Oyeke with a clinical finish wrapped up proceedings in a one-on-one contest, slotting home behind goalkeeper Labi Akintola, who had a great half denying Divine Victor Charles Ebwe and the scorer on various occasions during the match. Solution FC will next face Gateway FC on the road in one of the match day 5 fixtures next weekend. So watch out for that one. Solution FC this time around will be on the road, and they will be playing Gateway FC, and that's coming up this Saturday out there at Abeokuta. So we'll be watching out for that. I will say congratulations to Solution FC for that win against that team. Talking about the team from Lagos First Bank FC. Moving away from that, let's tell you that the Chan Eagles on Saturday invited 26 players for the training camp in Ikene, Ogun State, ahead of next month's Chan in Kenya, Tanzania, and Uganda. Standing coach Daniel Ogunmodede has kept faith with the squad of players who qualified the country to the tournament, and captain Ndoka Harrison Jr., goalkeeper Henry Ozemena, defender Sodiq Ismail, and Ifeanyi Onyebuchi, midfielder Savio Isaac, and forward Sikiru Alimi among a list of 26 players to begin close camping exercise at the Remo Stars Sports Institute Ikene Remo, and that's from Monday today ahead of the 8th African Nations Championship finals. Goalkeeper Kayode Bankole, defenders Imo Obot and Stephen Manyo, midfielders Musa Zaid, Rabiu Ali, and Papa Daniel Mustafa, and forwards Adamu Abubakar and Emmanuel Obole have all been invited. New call-ups are goalkeeper Badmos Badamusi of Kwara United and Hafiz Bankole of Smart FC that play in the second tier of Nigerian football, the NNL. And the Super Eagles B, for the first time ever in the qualification series, bombed Ghana's Black Galaxies to reach the final tournament after a 3-1 win in Uyo, and that was last week. That followed a scoreless first leg in Accra. It was 6 days earlier. Tanzania, Kenya, and Uganda, who have been selected to jointly host the 36th edition of the Africa Cup of Nations in 2027, have been handed the opportunity to test run their facilities and operational efficiency with the African Nations Championship final scheduled to hold from the 1st to the 28th of February this 2025. And of course, let's move away from that. Let's talk about Nigeria players abroad. Nigeria international Omar Sadiq has completed his transfer to 6-time Spanish La Liga champions Valencia CF. This comes after the Bats reached an agreement with fellow La Liga club Real Sociedad to sign the tall striker on loan through to June 30th, 2025. The deal includes an option to buy Sadiq at the end of the season, and the Kaduna-born player has explained why he joined Valencia. When I started talking to Miguel Angel Corona, I realized that there was a lot in common between Valencia and me, because I have a lot of hunger. Sadiq said on the club's website. I have also seen that due to the situation of the club, there is also a lot of agitation and of course a quest here, and I saw this coinciding in motivation that made me choose to come here. Sadiq previously spent 3 seasons at UD Almeria, for whom he scored 43 goals and provided 13 assists in 84 appearances. In 2021-2022 season, he helped Almeria to promotion to the La Liga, and he has 1 goal in 12 matches for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. So that's the story of that man, talking about Sadiq, who has now signed a deal to move from his previous club now to Valencia. We'll be watching out for him as the season rolls by. You're watching Sports Splash on ABS TV. Let's go for a short break. When we'll come back, we'll go to the world of Formula One. We'll have a news about Lewis Hamilton. Lewis Hamilton has spotted he has moved to a new we'll tell you about that. We'll also tell you about tennis, and then we'll wrap off the show with results of league matches played across Western Europe. There are matches played in England. We'll also tell you about Italy and French Ligue 1, and that's on the flip side of Sports Splash. You stick around. Welcome back to the show. It is still Sports Splash on ABS TV, the Monday edition. Your host is here, Ike Nwoked. In the first half, we told you, I will give you a lot of insight about grassroots football in Anambra State. We told you about the Fitedun Unity Cup, how it came to an end. We told you about the Ebube Chukwuzo Cup holding in Omonachi, and the finals coming up today. We equally told you about the Amalukwe Unity Cup in Ahweze, while Mbua Village emerged as the champions with the bite of the cherry of 500,000 naira. We equally told you that in Enugu, the Benevin Memorial Football Championship has come to a crescendo, and that one sponsored by Mr. Kanolibo. And of course, we saw Sokoto branch winning that one, defeating American branch in the finals, and they got 1 million naira, while American branch got 500,000 naira for their exploit. We equally told you about the Omonachi All-Stars, where Team Loku saw over Team Selense in the Omonachi All-Stars match, a yearly affair which is bankrolled by engineer, of course, Emeka Okonkwo, the CEO and ND of Atman. Then we told you about Solution Football Club of Anambra State, how they got the better of First Bank FC in one of the match day 4 programs are being played that was played at the Oka City Stadium on Saturday. And then we probably told you that their next game is against Gateway FC, and that one is happening at the MKO Abiola Stadium in Abeokuta, and that's coming up this Saturday. And now to other sports stories. Let's check out what's happening in the world of Formula One. Lewis Hamilton says that he could not be more excited as he embarks on his new career at Ferrari in 2025. The 7-time champion, whose contract with the Italian team started on the 1st of January, said he was embracing new opportunities, staying hungry and driving forward with purpose. Hamilton chose a post on LinkedIn to make his first comment since joining Ferrari, adding, "Let's make it one to remember. Moving Scuderia Ferrari, there's a lot to reflect on to anyone considering their next move in 2025. Embrace the change, whether you are switching industries or learning a new skill, or even just start taking on new challenges. And remember that reinvention is powerful. Your next opportunity is always within reach. Hamilton has also posted on social media a picture of him racing in karting as a boy, wearing a helmet in red. That's on the Ferrari's color. He joined a Ferrari on the eve of the 40th birthday on January 7th as a teammate to Charles Leclerc in what may be many in the sports are regarded as the strongest driver line up on the grid. So watch out for that man, Lewis Hamilton, with Charles Leclerc in Ferrari. Is going to be awesome for this season, the 2025 season of Formula One, where we anticipate a total of 21 races in that one. And of course, I usually concluded with the Brazilian Grand Prix at Interlagos. So let's watch out for that one and let's see what will be happening. We probably have the Qatar GP, US GP, the German GP, a whole lot of them. But the news is that Lewis Hamilton is now with a Ferrari, and him and Charles Leclerc will be there to race for that. So our spotlight will be on the world of Formula One, especially on Lewis Hamilton. He has not had a great time in the past 2 years, but Lewis Hamilton is looking like he wants to bounce back from, of course, his not too impressive performance of late. And in the world of athletics, multiple host cities and indoor ceremonies could become a feature of a more affordable and more attractive Commonwealth Games in future. And the Commonwealth Games Federation President Chris Jenkins believes that the new streamlined model taken on by Glasgow in 2026 will ensure the games are live, or the games that will be live on more terrestrial channels, and then will live on well past its 100-year anniversary, and that's in 2030. And when Chris Jenkins became president of the CFG in November 2023, their showpiece event was in something of an existential crisis. An Australian state, Victoria, had put out of hosting the 2026 Games, and Canadian province Alberta had withdrawn its interest for 2030. But after a year in office, Jenkins believes that the games remain an integral part of both the Commonwealth and wider sporting calendar. And Glasgow has stepped in to put on a streamlined but exciting games in 2026. And Jenkins is about to invite expressions of interest from nations to host the next 3 events from 2030 to 2038. And now to the world of tennis, as we get set to conclude. World number 1, Irina Sabalenka, geared up for her Australian Open title defense with victory over Russian qualifier Polina Kudametova in the final of the Brisbane International. The 26-year-old from Belarus recovered from dropping her serve twice on her way to losing the opening set to come through 4-6, 6-3, 6-2 against world number 107, and Sabalenka lost in last year's Brisbane final to Elena Rybakina before going on to triumph in the Australian Open for the 2nd time in a row. And the opening Grand Slam of the year begins at Melbourne, and that's on Sunday, the 12th of January. And after a less than impressive opening set, Sabalenka began the 2nd set strongly, and Kudametova had to have to save a break point in the opening service game, and the pressure eventually told with a drop shot giving Sabalenka the break and a 3-1 lead, and she dominated the remainder of the set to force the decider in that one. Meanwhile, Naomi Osaka retired from the final of the Auckland Classic with an abdominal injury. The 4-time Grand Slam winner, who was playing in her first WTA final for 3 years after taking a 15-month break and giving birth to her first child midway through 2023, took the opening set 6-4 against Denmark's Clara Tauson. And now to results service, let's tell you that in France, in the French Ligue, there were 8 matches at the weekend. Marseille defeated Le Havre by 5-1. It was Angers 2, Brest 0, Lens lost at home to Toulouse 0-1. Strasbourg defeated Auxerre by 3-1. At the Stade Gelon, it was Lyon 1, Montpellier 2, and Lille played out a 1-0 draw against Nantes. Saint-Etienne